In a personal injury case, there's non-economic damages that are intended to compensate the injured party for losses in a financial nature, such as emotional distress. But there's a lot more to it than just emotional distress. There's elements of distress, things that you lose, like love, emotional bond, that deep affection that you have with others, companionship that you lose when you're injured severely, the loss of fellowship and shared activities the injured party can't do any longer. An element of comfort, that's a loss of emotional ease and the reassurance that previously the injured person had, but doesn't have any longer. There's an element of care that you lose, a loss of physical and emotional nurturing and support that the injured party would have provided to others. The loss of affection, the inability to give and receive physical and emotional expressions of love, and including kisses and words of endearment, and it's because the person's injured. They're not themselves. There's a loss of protection, the loss of a sense of safety and security which is provided by the injured party, that no longer the family, that relationship doesn't have any longer. There's a loss of assistance, helping around the house, doing jobs, the things that you do to help your family. A loss of society, which is a broader concept of a social interaction, including enjoyment of shared life experiences and community engagement, which may be diminished due to the injury. There's the loss of moral support, the abundance of emotional encouragement during difficult times, which is previously provided by the injured party and no longer available. There's also the training that individual gave to other members of the household, skills, interaction, instruction, things like that. If a father or mother gets injured, they don't have that time to relate with their children in that relationship. There's that guidance that's lost, their wisdom, the life examples of the injured party to share with other people, in the family especially. These elements often arise in wrongful death cases, a loss of consortium, claims where they don't have the relationship, becomes very strained when somebody's severely injured. Those are non-economic damages. But any of these by itself, some people wrap it all up in pain and suffering, which pain and suffering is just a general category, and it doesn't really go over each element that we would ask a jury to give a client if they're severely injured. So you need to be aware that there's a lot more than just a pain and suffering number. And that's actually how you get bigger verdicts and bigger settlements, is because each one of these harms have to be taken into consideration and paid for.